Check, check. 1, 2. Test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Check, check. Test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. John. Back in the studio in lovely downtown Preston. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Just me tonight and no video.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper.
This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pre-game show in 5 seconds from Mark. This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, as we welcome you here to tonight's game here at the Snake Pit at Century High School, as it is Game 3 of the district tournament, once again featuring the Preston Lady Indians against the Lady Diamondbacks of Century. Welcome you in. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Hubbard. John Beverly back in the studio tonight. I want to excuse John Beverly, John Slaughter, I should say, not with us this evening. Hopefully he'll be back with us tomorrow when the boys come here to Century tomorrow night. As for tonight, Game 3 of the district tournament for the Indians, and Preston, unfortunately, find themselves in a must-win situation, as they have to win here tonight or their season will come to an end here this evening. If they do win tonight, they would move on and play again on Thursday against the number 1 seed Pocatello, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, as we'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit, and we'll concentrate on this game tonight here against Century. Preston has played very tough against Century, especially in the last 2 meetings. We'll talk about those coming up as we delve into tonight's scene set, which is on the way next. The scene set is brought to you by North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. They want to get you ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. This is the Crumble Cookie pregame show. Crumble Cookies, bringing friends and family together over the world's best cookies. The pregame show continues right after this timeout on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website. Since 2005, North Star's Ultimate Outdoors has been Cache Valley's source for fun and adventure. It's here you can find the biggest selection of snowmobiles, ATVs, utility vehicles, and handheld power equipment from the brand names you know, such as Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. The professionally trained staff at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors of Preston has what it takes to get you out on the nation's leading brands. The best deals in the best town. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts. 777 North State Street, Preston. Welcome back here to the Crumble Cookie pregame show. It's time for the North Star scene set for tonight's game as the Indians get ready to take on the Lady Diamondbacks in game 3 of the district tournament. The district tournament opened a week ago tonight, so when the Diamondbacks beat the Preston Indians 39-28. Taylor Smith had 10 points for the Lady Diamondbacks that night. Kennedy Osborne led the Diamondbacks in scoring with 11. Brightly Harris had 9. Ellie Nelson had 6 in that game for the Indians that they were in very much down to the last couple of minutes of the game, even though Century went on to the 11-point win. In Game 2 of the district tournament, Pocatello beat Century 48-36 to set up tonight's Game 3 of the tournament in a must-win situation. Whoever loses tonight, their season will come to an end. The winner will go on and play at Pocatello again on Thursday night at 7 p.m. in a situation where they have to beat Pocatello twice to be able to go to the state tournament. Whoever wins that game on Thursday against Pocatello, they play a game on their home floor Saturday, with the winner then going to the state tournament in a fifth and final decisive game of the district tournament. So that's what's pretty much online here for the Indians here tonight. As far as meetings this year, this is the 4th time these two teams will meet this season, and Century has won all 3 of those. They beat Preston during the regular season 46-27 in their first meeting, and then beat them 53-27 back over here at the Snake Pit. Then last Tuesday, on the last day of January, and that opening day of the district tournament, Century beat Preston by 11 in that game. Century has now won the last 3 meetings head-to-head this year against the Diamondbacks this year, and going back to 2006, Century leads the all-time series between the two teams with a 29-17 advantage head-to-head against the Preston Indians. So it'll be time to take another time out here on the Crumble Cookie pregame show. When we come back, it'll be time to sit down and talk with Camille Kuntz for a few minutes and get her feelings about tonight's game, some of her ideas, and as she recollects on the last couple of games against Century. We'll get to her coming up. The pregame interview in the Coach's Corner brought to you by Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. Set your appointment with Evergreen Financial online at evergreenfinancialpartners.com. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. The pregame show continues right after this timeout.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
And welcome back here to the pregame show as we once again step into the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Evergreen Financial, as we'll talk to head coach Camille Kuntz before the game here at Century this evening. Whatever you want to call it, must win, back to the wall, however you want to describe it. It's that kind of situation tonight.
It is. We're down to the wire. We are. We've come to that spot. So yeah, we're ready. We're prepared. We're just going to give it our all tonight.
I guess the good thing is, the positive thing is, the last 2 times you've played Century, you've played them tough, and you've come oh so close. You've been in the game right down to the very end.
Yeah, our girls, they have that confidence that they need at this time, and we wish it would have come sooner and things like that. But we've had some tough games this go around, and so they need that confidence. They need to believe in themselves and know they can win, and just get really tough out there. And just that confidence is huge.
Every game is a learning experience, and that's what this season has been for these girls.
It has, and that's just how life is. You got to learn to adjust. You got to learn to, be frustrated and fight through it and mentally come out on top. And I've seen a turning point. I can tell you exactly the time for each girl when that turning point's happened, and that's been fun to see. It really has.
It's been a learning and growing process. everybody remembers what last year was, but last year was last year. This is a completely different team with a whole different set of players and circumstances and learning abilities.
Yeah, we started off the season with a few injuries, and that, you had to adjust to your game plan there. We had some schedules we need to adjust to, and that's what we do, is we adjust, and that's how basketball is a lot like life in a sense, is you have to say, hey, things didn't go our way, let's adjust to it. And I'm really proud of these girls. Like I said, I can go through individually and tell you one of my favorite things that I saw that spark in them, and that's been the turning point for me, is just seeing that, hey, I can do this, and watching that confidence grow, and that's just gonna build this great big base for next year and get us off to a running start for next year.
You talk about next year. You left a couple of girls down at JV for the majority of the year, and let them get a lot of playing time and playing together, and then you brought them up for the first game of the district tournament here the last week, and they played very well together.
Yeah, they do. We have some young kids. We've been trying to ease them into this, and also for next year, you want to build for next year as well. But that's how they are, is that JV team gets some confidence and knowing that they can do it, and getting those jitters out a little bit, and just believing in themselves. That's just all it is believing that they can do this and play with the very best.
It's always a little bit of a different experience playing with more eyes on you as well. When you step up and play a varsity game, and all of a sudden the stands are full, rather than the people who don't show up early to watch the JV game.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the faster pace of the game, and I think they adjusted very well. I think they've done a great job all season with us in the gym, just playing defense on us and helping us run. They actually have a faster pace themselves, and so this group of girls we have, they really push each other and put 100% effort into practice, and that's what that means a lot.
So let's talk about this game here tonight. You've had a week to prepare since the last time you saw Century. Wrinkles, anything different that we might see here this evening as you get ready to take on Century tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think when you play a team for the fourth time, we have a little bit of a new defense you're going to see, brand new play. We've added some new wrinkles to what we call our black play, which we're hoping to get a few more drives. We've talked to Emma quite a bit, because she has the Smith girl who's got really long arms on her, and so we've talked about ways to get around that, and obviously the shot clock was an issue. We've worked on that as well, and we're just going to take it to the basket harder, and we're really going to focus on rebounding again.
Two girls played very well the last game, Brightly and Ellie Nelson. They both played very well.
Oh yes, those are two of the girls where Brightly, I remember being in Pocatello, and actually it was here when Emma got hurt, and Brightly was our ball handler, and mentally that I think was the turning point for Brightly. She is just so mentally tough right now, and she's really a fighter, and she wants it, and Ellie is too. She just doesn't worry about anything else outside. Ellie just focuses on the moment, and she fights hard. And I love that about them.
Hopefully we'll have another good game here tonight, and knock on wood, we'll play again on Thursday over at Pocatello.
That's what we're hoping for. We want to play Pocatello twice. That's our goal. Yep.
Very good. Best of luck tonight.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate your help.
Kimmy O'Coon's here with us on the pregame show. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more right after this.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County, some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa J's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa J's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa J's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa J's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston. Take a look at some of the other playoff games going on around the state this evening. In the 4A division, Bonneville will be at Idaho Falls tonight, and Canyon Ridge hits the road as they go to Mountain Home. 4 games in the 5A class today, as Eagle will be at Owanee over in the Boise area. Lake City takes on Coeur d'Alene. Lewiston will take on Post Falls, and Thunder Ridge will be at Rigby. In the 3A class, Homedale goes to Fruitland, and Payette goes to McCall-Donnelly. In the 2As tonight, North Fremont travels to Ryrie, Wendell goes to Declo, and Melba will play host to Coal Valley Christian this evening. And there's one game in the 1A classification this evening, as Raft River will go to Oakley. And, of course, Preston is here at Century to take on the Diamondbacks in a must-win situation. Loser goes home. Winner will take on Pocatello coming up on Thursday. Stay with us. The Crumble Cookie pregame show continues after this timeout. You're listening to Preston Indian Basketball, brought to you by the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team, here on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for Preston Indian Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Beckstead Real Estate, the real estate experts for Franklin County and beyond. By Crumble Cookie, bringing friends and families together over the world's best cookies. By West Motors, your only stop for newer used cars in Preston and in Logan. By Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce in town. By Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. By Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, we have all the parts you need to keep your car or truck running strong. By Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. By Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. For tires, brakes, shocks, or alignment, there's only one stop. It's Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. By North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. By Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. By Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. By Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. By Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily at Northern Title. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston Broadcasting, LLC and Preston High School Athletics, and is a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. Welcome back here to Century. The opening lineups and the opening tip are next.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa J's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa J's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa J's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa J's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com. Folks,
and welcome back here to the Snake Pit. Time to meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. The starting lineups, of course, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Usual five here for the Indians tonight. Chloe Kuntz, Jade Lee Roberts, Bright Lee Harris, Liz Harris, and 1, 2, 3, 4, a missing one. Emma Kuntz, the other senior as well. Now for the Century Diamondbacks here tonight. As they kill the lights here in the auditorium, first of all, we'll apologize for not having video for you tonight, as during the district tournament we're not allowed. For the Diamondbacks this evening, their starting lineup, it'll be Libby Evans, the senior, 5'8", to get a start here this evening. It'll also be Addie Butler, a 6'1" senior. Also getting a start tonight for the Lady Diamondbacks is Peyton Lattin. Lattin is a 5'6" junior. Taylor Smith, the 6'1" senior who's going to play basketball at Weber State. And Regan Trulson will get the start tonight as well. Remember, for the Diamondbacks. 3 of their starters all average in double figures on the year, and that's part of what makes them so tough, is they're so versatile and they can do so many different things offensively to work the ball. So here we go, as it'll be Jadlee Roberts to jump center, as she'll jump against Taylor Smith here this evening in the first quarter of tonight's game, brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area, doing good deeds daily, as the tap is controlled by the Diamondbacks. Into the front court as it comes to Evans. Evans gets it back out top to Butler, swing it over to the left side. Now back on top to Butler. On the right side it comes to Evans again. Skip pass. Now all back up to the top of the key, back to Butler. Two-pointer from straight away is no good, as hustling for the rebound to get it over in the corner there was Latin. And then the ball tapped out of bounds underneath the basket. It'll stay with the Diamondbacks. They get it in as it comes to Smith. Her 17-foot jumper is good from the left side. So Smith gets the first points of the game as the Diamondbacks break on top 2-0. Brightly Harris brings it up into the front court as Preston goes from right to left across your radio dial here in the first half. As the pass from Emma Kuntz is partially deflected, Harris able to go and get it. Now gets it over on the right side to Roberts. So we'll swing it all the way back around to Chloe Kuntz in the left corner. Now back out top again to Emma. Now back to Brightly Harris. Comes back again. Chloe Kuntz looks at a 3. That's no good. As able to chase it down in the corner there was Latin. Give it off to Smith. Weaves her way through traffic up into the front court as she runs into Brightly Harris. And it'll be a blocking foul against Brightly. You know, some of the keys to tonight's game for the Indians, to play to the whistle. They kind of fell into that trap a little bit in the game here last week. They also need to watch the shot clock, and when they get the opportunity, shoot. Don't look to pass, look to shoot and try to score points. As the Diamondbacks in the front court, Butler will give it over on the right side to Latin, as Latin's pass is deflected and taken away by Harris, and then the double team, and Harris is knocked down. Then the foul is going to go against Peyton Latin. That'll be her first, and the first against the Diamondbacks as a team. So team fouls are even at 1 apiece. So Preston's ball, far sideline, backcourt, as Emma Kuntz will get it into Brightly Harris. As it comes again up to Harris. Now back to Kuntz, back to Harris again. Swing it over to Chloe Kuntz on the left side. Back to Harris, back on the left side to Chloe again. Wants to drive baseline, gets cut off there. Try to get it inside to Liz Harris. It's poked away, and here comes Taylor Smith with it back the other way. Swing it over into the right corner, as that's where Evans hangs out. She has it there. Skip pass comes back over to the left side, back to Latin. Now back out top. Bad pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. Taylor Smith tried to throw it to Butler, but the pass was behind Butler and went out of bounds. So it'll be Emma Kuntz to bring it in from right here in front of us on the near sideline. 2-0. Century on top. Not quite 2 minutes into the game here in the first quarter in game 4 of game 3 rather, I should say, of the district tournament. As it goes back over to Harris. Inside, now it comes to Roberts on the right elbow. She goes up, has it poked away there, taken away. That's coming up the floor. It's Evans. Kick it back over on the left side. Shot there by Butler is no good. The long rebound is chased down by Evans all the way outside. Get it back to Butler. Back over on the right side again as it comes back to Kendall Osborne into the game for the first time. Now back to Evans. Her pass partially deflected, and Harris takes it away. Here come the Indians 2-on-1. Get it off to Chloe Kuntz. Put it up, and it rolls in and out. Boy, it went about halfway down and managed to spin it back out. Smith up into the front court. Comes to Osborne on the left side. Her pass inside taken away by Liz Harris. She lobs it up the floor, but to Brightly. Brightly's layup is no good. No foul from behind, and then Brightly comes back on the floor, and she'll foul Evans trying to get the ball back, as Brightly Harris is going to get called for her second foul here early on. 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. So Brightly's going to go to the bench, and the ball will belong to Century here, as they'll get it back up in the front court. Osborne to Butler, back to Osborne. Free throw line extended right. Skip pass on the left side to Evans. Comes back over to Osborne again. She holds it there. Looks inside. Nothing. So she'll come back to Butler, top of the key. Now they get it down inside to Smith. Wants to turn, and she's fouled going up. So Taylor Smith fouled. Foul's going to go on Emma Kuntz. That'll be her first. And the third against the Indians here in the first half, in the first 3 minutes of the game. Ball belongs to Century, baseline front court. As Smith brings it in from there. She gets the pass in as it comes there to Osborne. And Osborne hits the little bank shot for her first points of the game. As the pass up into the front court, Osborne gets a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Osborne led all scorers in the game the other night with a new season high when she had 11 points in that game here last week. 4-0. Century leads on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Emma Kuntz gives it to Chloe. Now back to Emma. Emma's little runner from the free throw line is good. So Emma gets the Indians on the board with her first 2 points of the game, and Smith quickly back the other way as it goes to Evans. Back to Evans in the corner. Skip pass comes back to Osborne. Gets her down on the block, and she's fouled trying to go up. So foul's going to go against Jadely Roberts. That'll be her first, and that's 4 against the Indians here in the first quarter of the game. Not quite halfway through the quarter. So here's Kendall Osborne at the free throw line. Her first free throw is no good. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto. From Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by and find out how much you can save at Naylor Insurance, 223 North State Street in Preston. As the second free throw by Osborne is good. She has 3 in the game, and it's 5-2. Century on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Emma Kuntz pulls up for a 2. That's going to be an air ball and go out of bounds. And the ball will come back over to Century again. 4:13 to play here in quarter number 1. 5-2, Century on top. As Smith brings it up into the front court. Smith to Butler. Now back to Smith. Looks at a 3 from the right side is good. Taylor Smith with a 3. She has 5 here in the first 4 minutes of the game, and it's 8-2. Century on top by 6 here in the first quarter. Back out top as it comes to Jadely Roberts. She'll go on the angle right to Chloe Kuntz as it comes back to Brindley Alder just into the game for the Indians. Emma, a little runner in the lane, needs a bank, won't get it as the rebound is off, taken away there by Curley into the game here for the Diamondbacks. Butler's three-pointer, that's short as the rebound is off, taken away by Roberts. To Emma Kuntz, quickly up the floor as it comes back to Chloe on the right side. Back to Emma. Now it comes back over to Alder again, down to the right corner, back to Emma Kuntz, back to Alder, top of the key. She'll hold it there, give it off to Chloe on the angle left. Roberts has it on the left baseline. Her 12-footers and an air ball taken down by Smith as Smith works her way through traffic to get back up into the front court. Gives it off to Lattin. Lattin tried to center the ball, and Preston able to tap the ball away and take it away. Quickly up the front court as it comes to Alder. Gets across the timeline, back to Emma Kuntz. Pulls up, 15-foot jumper, just a little bit short. It's tapped by Century, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it stays with the Indians in the front court as Ellie Nelson will come in for the first time, and Jadely Roberts will come back to the bench. First quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700. Liz Harris, Chloe Kuntz both leave for the Indians as Briley Galloway into the game as Emma Kuntz with another 17-foot jumper is good. Emma's got all 4 points for the Indians here in the first quarter, and it's 8-4. Taylor Smith's shot no good. Wild putback by Lattin, banks off the board, taken down by the Indians. They get it up in the front court to Alder, who dribbles it off her foot and out of bounds. 2:27 to play here in quarter number 1. 8-4. Pocatello Century on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. As it'll come back to Century in the backcourt. No pressure there as Turleson gets it in. Comes to Osborne into the front court. She gives it there to Smith. Smith gives it back to Turleson. On the left side, it goes to Evans. Now back here, Osborne again for a 3. Needs a bank, won't get it. Tapped once, twice inside. as it is Ella Marlowe down on the floor as she's able to get the tie up and get the ball back for the Indians. Nice hustle play there by Marlowe to get the hold on the ball. So the Prestons get the ball back to Emma Kuntz, and she gets it back up into the front court. Comes to Galloway on the left side, back out top. Marlowe swings it back over to Emma Kuntz on the right side. Alder to Galloway, back to Kuntz. Emma wants to drive, goes baseline. Her shot no good. Pulled down there by Turleson, and she gets it back to Smith quickly up the floor. In the corner it goes there, pulled down by Evans in the right corner. Back to the top of the key, back to Turleson, wants to drive in the paint from 12 is good. She has her first points of the game, and it's 10-4 with a minute and a half remaining here in the first. Galloway on the angle left for the Indians. Comes to Marlowe, top of the key, back to Galloway. She looks, it's a 2. It's going to be just a little bit too long. Smith has the rebound. They again come quickly the other way. Back to Osborne. Nice little move inside as Curley goes up and she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws. Foul's going to go on Briley Galloway. That'll be her first. And that's 5 on the Indians here in the first quarter as they're just about out of fouls here for the first half. First free throw is no good. Butler comes back in. Alder leaves for the Indians. As here's the second free throw attempt. That's no good as well as the rebound is off. Knocked away by the Indians, taken away by the Indians, and controlled in the backcourt there by Emma Kuntz. To Chloe, now back to Emma. Back to Chloe on the angle left. Down in the left corner, it goes there to Marlowe. Comes back to Emma Kuntz. She'll swing it over in the right corner as it comes down there to Galloway. Now back out top, back to Chloe, back to Emma on the angle right. Wants to drive, pulls up, doesn't shoot from 17. She'll give it back to Galloway. Back outside to Emma for a 2 is good again. Emma's got 6, all 6 points for the Indians here in the first quarter rather. It's a 4-point game with 40 seconds to play. 27 on the shot clocks. They'll have to get a shot off as it comes to Osborne. Back out top to Butler, back to Osborne again. Hold it inside as it comes to Turleson. Swing it over on the left side, back to Evans with 15 on the clock. As a three-pointer put up by Osborne, long rebound, it comes off to Butler. This time they don't have to shoot, but Butler will and hit the 3. Has her first points. It's 13-6 with 12 seconds to play in the quarter as the Indians have it back up into the front court. Marlowe down low to Kuntz. Her entry pass, tried to get it inside to Nelson, was tapped away. 2-1 in the quarter. Evans doesn't know the clock, and she gets the shot off, but it's not going to fall. So the end of the first quarter here, as a good quarter for the Diamondbacks. They lead by the score of 13-6 after the first quarter here on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. Stay with us. We'll go to the second quarter coming up.
Whether you're in need of timber frame buildings, estate entrances, trusses, pergolas, pavilions, or gazebos, the craftsmanship at Milestone Timberworks reflects our passion and commitment of building for the future. At the beginning and end of the day, it's about achieving the built environment where the truly great moments in life are experienced. We look forward to working with you. Visit milestonetimberworks.com today.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, show times, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Remember, to find out what's happening at Worm Creek Opera House, check out their website, wormcreek.org. Ball belongs to the Century Diamondbacks to start the second quarter here. They have a 13-6 lead. Butler swings it over on the left side, back to Latin to Butler. Smith has it at the free throw line. Back outside on the right side to Evans. Her shot no good. Century gets the rebound back, comes back to Butler. Air ball from straight away, tapped away as Marlowe had it. And Evans came from behind, and Libby knocked it out of bounds. So Jaylee Roberts will be back in for the Indians at the next dead ball as Emma Coons brings it back up into the front court as Preston continues to go from right to left here in the first half. Nelson holds it in the three-point area. Bounce it down low to Galloway. Tries to force the ball inside. As they get it down low to Marlowe, it's tapped away there, and it's going to say it's going to be last touch by the Indians, so it's going to come back to Century. So 13-6 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Dan Hubbard with you here at the Snake Pit at Century High School tonight. John Beverly back in the studio, back in Preston. Butler. Right side, it comes to Smith. Get it down low to Turleson. Her shot off the bottom of the board. Butler with the rebound goes back up. That's no good, and Nelson able to snatch that up. She gives it to Emma Kuntz. Quickly, it comes to Marlowe up into the front court. To Chloe Kuntz in the left corner as it comes back to Emma. She'll bring it back across the top of the key, back to Marlowe. Nelson pops out to the right corner to receive the pass. Now back down on the block as it comes to Marlowe. Her pass is deflected and taken away there by Taylor Smith. Smith back up into the front court. Swings it over on the left side to Evans. Swing pass back over to Latin. Get it back to Smith, back outside to Evans. As pass is a little wild, but Evans able to chase it down. Back to Smith, the free throw line. A little backdoor look, goes down low to Turleson. Her layup is no good. And Marlowe has the rebound there again for the Indians. As Kuntz again will bring the ball back up into the front court. Century moves the ball very well, but not getting the shots they're looking for, just at least not getting them to fall so far. Kuntz top of the key, gives it off to Chloe. Popping up to get it there was Roberts. Backdoor pass, try to get it back to Nelson. That's tapped away. It'll stay with the Indians in the front court. Osborne back in. Brightly Harris back in as well. One sub for each team as Chloe Kuntz goes to the bench here for Preston. Inside, Roberts, and she'd reach in foul as she tried to turn and reaching in, stripping the ball away. But the foul's going to go on Addie Butler, and that's going to be her first, and just their second of the half. 6:10 to play here in quarter number 2, 13-6. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter as of yet, as Nelson goes up and she's fouled. So Ellie's going to go to the free throw line. The foul again is going to go against Addie Butler. That's 2 fouls on her on this one trip down the floor. So she's going to have to probably come back out here as Nelson's first free throw is just a little bit too long, and it comes out. Nelson, who is a 75% free throw shooter, misses the first. Her second is good. She has 3 points in the game, and it's 13-7 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Preston trails by 6. Bounce it inside to Smith. Her shot no good. Nice rebound there by Evans, and the putback is in. The shot by Smith was an air ball, but right there was Evans to grab it and put it right back up. Preston gets it back up in the front court as it comes to Marlowe. Marlowe swing it across. Her pass is intercepted, taken away by Osborne. Head of the pack, knocked away from behind. Good hustle by Brightly Harris. Evans, who tried to slow down to go up and make the layup, and Harris hustling up the floor, able to tap it away from behind. Marlowe comes off. Liz Harris back in here for the Indians. Libby Evans is going to come off here as well. And Preston wants a timeout. 30-second timeout called by the Indians. Ladies, if you're looking for a new look, stop by Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in Preston. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So Century ball after the timeout. They lead 15-7, 5:39 to play here in quarter number 2. Osborne holding, just does get it in time as it comes into Smith. to Butler in the right corner. Back out top to Smith again. Now back down in the corner to Butler. Back to Osborne at the free throw line. On the angle right, it comes to Butler again. As inside, it comes there inside to Smith. Her little jumper is no good. They get it back to Butler again. Wild shot off the side of the backboard, and it's going to go out of bounds as it actually hit off the side of the shot clock, and the ball belonged to the Indians. So they get it in to Brightly Harris. A little pressure in the backcourt here as Osborne will pick her up in the backcourt. Harris gets it up across the timeline. Back over on the angle right to Emma Kuntz. She'll hold it there. Comes back across the top of the key. Back to Nelson. Nelson wants to drive. Back to Roberts. Her 17-foot jumper is no good. Liz Harris chases it down. Gets it to Brightly. Back down to Nelson again. And Nelson pushes off with her offhand and will draw the offensive foul. She tried to work to get a little working room, but unfortunately, and it was a pretty easy call. So the ball comes back to the Diamondbacks as we go under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Smith from straight away from 14 is no good. As the ball touched there by Addie Marshall. And wow, Marshall deflected it out of bounds, and they're going to give it back to the Diamondbacks again. Now the officials want to get together and talk about it, and they change the talk about it, make sure they get the call correct. And they do, and it comes into Brightly Harris under full court pressure here by the Diamondbacks into the front court to Emma Kuntz. Back to Liz Harris. They'll get it back to Emma again in three-point country. Harris down into the right corner. It goes to Nelson. She gives it back to Brightly on the angle right. Brightly across the top of the key. Comes back to Emma Kuntz now. Free throw line extended left. Emma back to Harris. Pass was behind her. Liz got a finger on it, but couldn't do much more than that. It's quickly ahead of the pack. As it comes there to Latin, and the layup is in. Latin gets her first 2 points of the game, and it's a 10-point Century lead, 17-7, with 4:10 to play here in the first half. Brightly Harris, reach in there by Osborne, taps it away, hits it out of bounds, as Evans and Turleson will come back in here for Century. As Marshall goes to the bench. I'm not sure who else went to the bench. I didn't see. Chloe Kuntz hustles over and checks in real quick as she comes back on, and now Liz Harris will come off. 4:07 left here in the first half. 10-point lead for Century on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Harris almost had it stripped away, able to get it back. Gets the dribble back as well, and a wild little scoop shot goes in for Brightly. She has her first 2 points of the game. Brightly led the Indians in scoring here in the game last week in game 1 of the district tournament. Knocked away by the Indians. It comes the Preston again back the other way. Chloe's three-point attempt is no good. Long rebound comes to Smith. Quickly up in the front court. It comes to Evans in the right corner. Back to Smith. Down low it comes to Butler on the right block. Nice little move. Puts it up. Turleson with the rebound on the left side. Turleson's standing behind the board and can't get a shot, so she kicks it back out. The 2-point shot there by Osborne is good again. She has 5 in the first half, and it's 19-9 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Harris back up into the front court. 3:10 to play in the half. Get it back to Nelson, as Nelson, who fumbled the ball momentarily, made a good play to keep moving toward the basket, but unfortunately she traveled. So 3:09 to play in the half, and Century has the ball back in the backcourt. Preston settles into what looks like a 1-2-2. Let's see if they stay in that. Nope, they're going to rather go into a kind of a 2-3 instead. In the corner, it goes down to Latin in the corner. Kick it back outside to Evans. Back to Smith, free throw line extended left. One bounce dribble, she'll give it back to Evans. Back across the top of the key, back to Latin. Back now into the right corner. Skip pass comes back to Smith. 2-pointer from 17 is good. Taylor Smith hits the jumper. It's 21-9 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard as Preston gets the ball back up into the front court. Go under 2.5 to play here in the first half. Chloe Kuntz with a wild shot. Bounces around the rim 2 or 3 times and falls off. Smith in the front gets it up into the front court. Butler, top of the key, a 3 from straight away, no good. There's the rebound off to Latin, her putback, no. Butler put back, yes. And once again, Preston needs a timeout and this will be a full timeout with 2:10 to play in the half. Timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, when you're looking to help improve your look, stop by Magnolia Road. You'll find them in downtown Preston. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll be right back.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's game brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for newer used cars in Preston and in Logan. And by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care that you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. 23-9, Century on top, 2:10 to play here in the first half. As Preston will have the ball, waiting for Century to come back out on the floor. Here they come. As they'll come up with one player playing defense in the backcourt. That's Evans to pick up Brightly Harris as she gets the ball through midcourt. Into the left corner there, it comes back to Galloway as she's back into the game here in the second quarter. Back out top to Chloe Kuntz, gives it back to Brightly Harris. A runner in the lane, and she's going to be fouled on her way to the basket. So Brightly's going to go to the free throw line here, as the foul is going to go against Ainsley Curley. That'll be her first and just the fourth against the Diamondbacks, and the first shot by Brightly Harris is no good. Stokes Market True Value helps bring you tonight's game with the freshest meat and produce you'll find in Preston and throughout the Cache Valley. Stokes Market on State Street in downtown Preston. As Brightly Harris will try the second free throw. That is good, and it's 23-10. And for Harris, she has a total of 3 points here in the first half on the Les Schwab Tire Logan No scoreboard. Century leads by 13. Comes to Evans, free throw line extended right. Brings it back across to the top of the key. Swing it back outside to Curley. Back down low. Smith gives it to Turleson. Her layup is no good. Good rebound there by Evans. Kicks it back out as she's falling down, as the shot by Smith off the back iron bounces up and hits the shot clock, and that's out of bounds. So the ball comes back to Indians with 1:29 to play here in the half. As it comes back into Brightly Harris into the front court on the left side, it comes to Galloway. She'll hold it up there, bounce it down low to Covert. Covert, bad pass, couldn't handle it, as it's picked up there by the Diamondbacks, again up into the front court. Evans has it in the left corner. Back to Smith. Back to Evans in the corner. Looks at a three. Good. Libby Evans hits the three from the corner, and it's 26-10. A 16-point lead for Century. Brightly Harris gets it back up into the front court. Under a minute to play in the half. 50 seconds to be exact. As Harris snaps it back back out top to Harris. As Brightly looks at a three, that rattles off and is no good. As it comes back to Smith, back up into the front court. Evans bounces it down low to Curley. Curley at the left block, can't get a shot. Back outside to Smith. Her three is going to be just a hair short. As it comes back out, as Preston able to control it, they get it back to Harris. Now back to Kuntz. Try to go back to Harris. It's over her head and out of bounds. Not a good break by the Indians, as the passes were not well timed. As the return pass from Chloe Kuntz to Brightly Harris was over her head and wild. So 22 seconds left in the half. Shot clock is off. Century can have the whole time just to work for the last shot, as Evans gets it back up into the front court. Swing it back over on the left side to Latin. Smith comes to get it down low. Turleson, her layup is no good. Rebound off to Liz Harris. She'll give it to Galway. Galway back up into the front court. That's slapped away as Latin able to poke it away. Comes back to Emma Kuntz. Her three-pointer at the buzzer is no good, and that's the way the first half will end here tonight. So Preston gets 4 points in the quarter as Century for the second quarter in a row, gets 13 and goes off with a big lead at 26-10 after the first 2 quarters of play here tonight. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KCH and on MyLocalRadio.com. Century leading 26-10 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Stay with us. The Level 10 halftime report is coming up right after this.
Level 10 Life provides skilled one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
The Preston boys will close out another regular season on Wednesday night when they go to the Snake Pit to face the Century Diamondbacks. It's been another great year for the Indians, and they'll look to wrap it up in style. The Crumble Cookie pregame show gets started just after 7 p.m. with a tip-off at 7:30. Preston Sports are brought to you by the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, Franklin County Medical Center, S&T Electric, and Procon Homes. Catch the action live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on MyLocalRadio.com, your home for Preston Sports.
With over 24 years of building multifamily and commercial projects across the Intermountain West, Procon stands apart as a leader in the custom framing industry, driven by the standard of delivering the highest level of customer service, high-quality work, and integrity. Procon is dedicated to building multifamily and commercial properties that exceed customer expectations. Visit online to see why Procon stands above the rest at buildprocon.com.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
And welcome back. It's time for the halftime report brought to you by Level 10 Life. Remember, you can reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Find out more at level10lifecoach.com. Well, Preston trailing by 16 here in a must-win game here tonight at the Snake Pit at Century. 26-10, the halftime score on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Century has come out. They've moved the ball very well. They run the court very well already anyway, but they've moved the ball exceptionally well in the first half, and they've got some good looks and good shots, although not all of them have fallen. For the Indians, they've kind of struggled to move the ball a little bit. Remember, in the second half of the game here last week, Century really kind of turned up the defensive pressure to where Preston had a hard time moving the ball in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. And that's pretty much where they picked up again here in this game here tonight, as Preston's had a tough time. Although they are shooting earlier in the clock, or at least trying to. You remember in the game last week, Preston had 6 shot clock violations against them. They weren't letting the shot clock even get down to where there was even in danger of a violation before they would shoot in the game here tonight, so far at least, as they're continuing. They're getting shots early. The shots are pretty good. They're just not going down, as they've got a couple of shots inside. Emma Kuntz with a good first half. She had 6 of Preston's 10 points in the first half of the game. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll look at the first half stats as we continue. This is the Level 10 Live halftime report from here at Century. Our halftime score, 26-10. Century leads. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on K.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, Protecting would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, time to look at the stats from the first half of tonight's game. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency, today at 208-852-2364. Or you can stop by their office at 33 South 1st East in Preston. Well, for the scoring-wise in the first half for the Preston Indians, Brightly Harris had 3 points. It was Emma Kuntz with a total of 6 in the first half, and Ellie Nelson had 3 for Preston's total of 10. For the Century Diamondbacks, Libby Evans finished the first half with 5. 5 points also for Addie Butler. 5 points for Kennedy Osborne. 2 points in the first half for Peyton Latin. Taylor Smith had a total of 7 the first half, and Regan Turleson had 2 in the first half of play. 26-10, stay with us as Century leads. Second half coming up right after this on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll be back right after this timeout, the second half coming up next.
Level 10 Life provides skilled one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, as we get ready to start the third quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Les Schwab Tire in Preston and in Logan. Les Schwab Tire, your one stop for tires, brakes, alignment, and more. Stop in at 1986 North Main Street in North Logan. And the third quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. They have all the parts you need to keep your car running strong. It's 17 South State Street in Preston. Stop in where you will be treated like a friend at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. So second half with Preston with the ball as they get it up into the front court. It comes to Brightly Harris as they go from left to right now here in the second half. Emma Kuntz gives it back to Chloe on the right side. Back out top as Jadley Roberts comes up to meet the pass. Comes to Kuntz to Harris. Back over to Roberts now in the right corner. Back out top as it comes to Chloe. Lobs the ball inside as Liz goes up once. Gets no good. Gets to the rebound back. It's a held ball there. And it's going to stay. It's going to go rather over to Century as they hadn't changed the shot clock yet. Or the possession arrow after the inbounds pass to start the third quarter. So Century has the ball now up into the front court. 30 seconds gone here in quarter number 3. As it comes to Butler, swing it to Smith. Down in the right corner, it goes there to Evans. Back out top to Smith. Butler has the top of the key. Smith drives in, dishes off. Back into the right corner, it goes back outside to Evans. Back to Butler. Her three from straight away is no good. Turleson had it, lost the rebound, comes back outside to Butler and a push in the back as the foul is going to go there against Chloe Kuntz. That'll be her first and the first of the second half against Preston as well. So it'll be Peyton Latin to bring it in. Evans back across the top of the key, back over on the left side. Now swing it back to the top of the key again to Butler. Back over on the left side as it comes back over to Latin. Skip pass to Smith. Back to Butler, top of the key again. Back on the left side, back to Evans this time. Back to Butler. See, good moving the ball around the perimeter by Century to try to work for the shot they want. The long three is up and in by Peyton Latin. They've worked the ball, and Preston settles into that zone defense, and they shoot over the top, and they're having good success from three. As they try to get the ball inside to Roberts, it's knocked away. Here comes Smith again, back the other way for the Diamondbacks. Inside Butler, has it stolen away there by Harris. Picked up by Liz Harris, gives it off to Emma Kuntz up into the front court. Back to Brightly. Brightly, a long three, needs a bounce, won't get it. As coming to get the ball was Evans. Harris challenges for the rebound, and a quick timeout called there by Century as a couple of players wrestling for it on the court. This timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, remember they have tops, bottoms, shoes, and boots, many accessories. Stop in and see for yourself at 27 South State Street in Preston. It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, ball belongs to Century after the timeout. Back in the backcourt. They have a 19-point lead. It's 29-10 with 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 3. Turleson has it down on the right block. Bounces it a couple of times in off of Liz Harris. Little turnaround jumper from about 8 is good. Regan Turleson with 4 points in the game, and it's now 31-10. The Lady Diamondbacks lead as the ball comes to Emma Kuntz. She has it stripped away and taken away there by Taylor Smith. Smith quickly up into the front court. It goes in the corner to Evans. Her three will not go down as it spins in and sits up on the back iron for a minute and finally falls off. Got to Emma Kuntz in the front court for the Indians. Gives it to Liz Harris. Now back to Emma Kuntz. Looks down the left side. Roberts in the left corner. Back to Emma. Back across the top of the key on the angle to Harris to Chloe Kuntz. Flip it all the way back around to Emma again. Back to the top of the key. Brightly has it. Nice little Euro step move inside for Brightly Harris for the layup. She has 5, and it's 31-12. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. As driving is Butler for a nice little Euro step of her own and gets a layup to make it 33-12 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. So Century leads by 21. 4:45 to play here in quarter number 3. Roberts from along the baseline. Shot there is no good. Poked away a couple of times. Roberts fights for it. 3 Lady Diamondbacks finally able to wrestle it away from her, get it up into the front court. Her pass there is intercepted by Brightly Harris, and then a foul across the arm is going to go against Peyton Latin for the Diamondbacks, and that's going to be her second. Marlowe and Nelson back in here for the Indians as Liz Harris and Chloe Kuntz will go off. No, Chloe stays on. It'll be Jadely Roberts who comes off. Addie Marshall now comes back in here for the Diamondbacks as Turleson will go to the bench. So here come the Indians as they get it back in, up into the front court. Emma, little runner in the lane, needs a bounce, won't get it. Tapped once, twice, finally knocked out of there as Brightly Harris has it, and she tries to go around their defender. She tried to go around Butler, and Butler fouled her, and that's going to be 3 on Addie Butler here midway through quarter number 3. Curley will come in. Butler will come off. And the ball belongs to the Indians. Baseline front court as Brightly Harris holds it there. Still holding. Bounce it inside to Nelson down on the block. Okay, she has to reach down to pick it up. Now she's trying to fight for position, and finally she goes up and she's fouled. Ainsley Curley called for the foul. That's going to be her second. That's 3 against the Lady Diamondbacks here in the second half already with 4:17 to play, as it'll be Ellie Nelson to go to the free throw line. Nelson's first one is good. Tonight's game brought to you by North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. Nelson made the first. Second one rattles around and comes out as Smith has the rebound. She races the ball back up into the front court. Kick it back over on the left side. Now back out top as it comes to Marshall. Back over on the left side. Again back to Osborne. Back out top again. As holding it there, it comes to Evans. Back to Marshall. Dump it inside to Smith. Wants to turn. 13-foot turnaround jumper good. Taylor Smith with 9. And it's 35-13 as we go under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Emma gets it up into the front court. There is Marlowe, tries to get it outside. The ball's knocked loose, and it stays loose, and it'll be a held ball. It'll stay with Preston in the front court. So Adler will come back into the game here for the Indians as Chloe Kuntz will go to the bench. Brightly Harris to bring it in, baseline front court. Bounce it to Emma Kuntz in the right corner. Emma holds it there. Pass comes to Adler. She tries to drive, scoop shot, but she's fouled and it won't go down. So Adler's going to go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go against Libby Evans. That'll be her first, team's fourth. And Adler now will go to the free throw line. Third quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Find them at 17 South State Street in downtown Preston as the first free throw is no good. Regan Turleson will come back on as Addie Marshall will go back to the bench. So Alder will try the second free throw. Her second is good. That's her first point of the game, makes it 35-14, 21-point lead here for Century. As the ball tried to get it down low, it's knocked away by Nelson, picked up by Alder. Up into the front court, it comes to Brightly Harris. Brightly wants to spin baseline, can't. She gets cut off. Get it back in the right corner to Alder. Now comes back to Harris. All the way back around on the left side, comes back to Marlowe. Back to Kuntz. Three-pointer from straight away, off the glass and in. Emma Kuntz has 9 in the game, and it's 35-17 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 3-point to match at the other end, put up there by Osborne is no good. The long rebound comes right back to her in the right corner, and the entry pass is knocked away by Nelson, and a foul by Nelson. So Ellie will draw her second foul. And Smith will bring it in for Century underneath her own basket. 2:59 to play here in quarter number 3. As it comes outside, Osborne doesn't take the shot. Give it to Smith on the right side. She will take the shot. It's no good. Evans able to grab the rebound there for the Diamondbacks. Comes back to Smith. 16-foot jumper from straight away is good. If you're going to get a basketball shot scholarship to a major 4-year college, you got to hit those little wide open 16-footers like she has tonight. Preston's ball back up into the front court as comes back to Kuntz, top of the key. Now back to Harris, wants to drive the baseline, and she's held there as Evans will draw the holding foul as Brightly tried to go baseline. That's 5 free throws against the Diamondbacks. Still with 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Preston only with 2 here in the first half. 37-17, 20-point lead for Century on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Emma Kuntz able to come and get it. Throws the pass over onto the left side. She led Brightly Harris too much, and the pass goes out of bounds. So another turnover here against the Indians. As Smith has it on the entry pass. Brightly picks her up in the backcourt, up into the front court. Turleson, turnaround jumper in the lane. One little right hand turnaround is good. That's a tough shot. She got it to go. 22-point lead at 39-17. On the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Nelson has it. Gives it off over on the left side. Ends up in the hands of Emma Kuntz, who brings it back across the top of the key. Comes to Marlowe in the right corner. Back to Emma. Holds it on the angle right. Smith pops out on her. As Emma now will go to the dribble. Tries to go right. Can't. Give it back to Alder at the top of the key. Alder driving. Give it to Nelson. Down low in the paint. Put it up. No. Gets her own rebound, and she's fouled going back up. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here as the foul is going to go against Peyton Latin. That's going to be her third, and that's 6 team fouls now on the Diamondbacks. They are officially out of fouls for the second half with 1:35 to play in quarter number 3. Tonight's game brought to you by Evergreen Financial. When planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial. First free throw is no good. To set an appointment at Evergreen Financial, you can do so online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. So the first free throw by Nelson was no good. Her second is good this time. Makes it 39-18. 1:31 to play here in quarter number 3. Smith spins as she gets to the midcourt stripe. On the left side, it comes back to Osborne. Osborne holds it there. Wants to drive, gets cut off, throws it off of the shins of Turleson. However, she was able to get it back. Back outside to Smith. Little juke move, and she's able to drive and then get fouled on her way to the basket. Just the third team foul against the Indians. There'll be a pushing foul against Chloe Kuntz, and that's going to be free throws here for Taylor Smith, who leads all scorers in the game. She has 11. Now make it 12 as she makes the first free throw. Third quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State Street in Preston. As Smith back to the free throw line again. Taylor's second shot is good again. And we have a sub in here as Evans comes back in and Smith will go to the bench for Century. Procon Homes helps bring you tonight's game. Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter as Harris gives it off to Emma Kuntz. Back to Chloe, now back to Emma. Oh, nice move, splits the defense. Their little drive there is no good. Follow-up shot by Galloway is no good. And it's off the hands of Nelson and out of bounds and back to Century with 51 seconds left here in quarter number 3. 41-18. Century leads. Winner of this game goes on to play Pocatello for a spot in the state title, in the state championships, I should say, coming up on Thursday at Pocatello. Evans bounce the ball over, gets it back to Latin, back out top to Turleson. Swing it back over on the left side as he comes back to Osborne again. Back out top to Evans. Punched away by Harris as they dive for it. Hey, Brightly dives on it, and then we have a held ball that's going to go back over to Century. 23 seconds left now in the quarter. as Century will bring it in from right here in front of us as Turleson gets it in. Evans quickly up into the front court, into the right corner. 16 seconds on the clock, but the shot clock goes off as that's a shot clock violation here against Century, and Preston gets the ball back with 14 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off as Chris Sluer, the head coach for the Diamondbacks, asked shouldn't they had 20 seconds on the shot clock, which would have made the clock go off about 6 seconds too early, as the officials now talking about it. As he goes back over to talk to the Century head coach for a moment. And I guess ball's going to stay with Preston with 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Here they come. Harris into the front court. Comes back across the top of the key with 9. It comes to Emma on the right side. Three-pointer is good with 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Emma's got a dozen, and that's the way the third quarter is going to come to an end as Preston trails by 20 going to the fourth. 41-21 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll go to the fourth quarter when we come back on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
105.5 FM KACH.
Hi, we're Braden and Brittany Smith with Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency.
We're Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jan Stone with Northern Title of Preston, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Bill Chambers from North Stars Ultimate Outdoors, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Larson. I'm with HK Auto, and we are Dayton Proud and Idaho Strong.
We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, we go to the fourth quarter. Preston trailing 41-21. Will they survive to play Pocatello on Thursday, or will their season coming to an end here? Next 8 minutes will tell a lot for the Indians as their pass is deflected, intercepted there by Smith. It comes to Butler back up in the front court. From the left block, that's no good. Pulled down there by Roberts. As they get it back to Emma Kuntz, back up into the front court. To Chloe, now back to Emma, top of the key. Swing it all the way back around again as it comes back to Brightly Harris. Get down inside as it comes there to Liz Harris. Liz looks like she got popped in the face there as ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. Harris back down inside, try to get it to Liz. That's knocked away again by Smith. Get it back up into the front court as it comes over on the right side, picked up there by Lattin. Lattin has it stripped away there by Turleson. As it comes back to Roberts, back to Brightly Harris, loses control of the ball, runs into a player, and it's a player control foul, offensive foul against Brightly Harris. That'll be 3 on Brightly. So Brightly draws the foul. And here comes Century back up into the front court. Back out top as it comes back to Butler, top of the key. Swing it back to Smith in the right corner. Back to Butler. Over on the left side. Hit the cutter in the middle. That's Evans. Back outside to Butler. She'll launch a 3 and hit it from straight away. Addie Butler averages 11. She has 10 in the game. And so far this year, she's averaged only 7.5 in the games against Preston, and she's over that already here tonight. 44-21. Back to Emma Kuntz. Her 3. That's no good. Smith has the rebound on the shot from the right side. Smith back up into the front court as it comes to Lattin. Get it down low. Back to Butler again. That's off the glass. No good. Rebound down low. Rebound again picked up by Butler, and she tries to go up, and she's fouled. The first shot was rebounded by Peyton Lattin. Her shot missed, and Butler able to get the rebound again and put it back up, and she was fouled. And this time she will go to the free throw line with 6:21 to play here in quarter number 4. Butler's first is no good as it rattles out. The fourth quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Stop in for one of those great meat sandwiches and pick up some of that world-class jerky, or order online at papajays.com. Butler's second free throw, she missed them both. Emma Coons has the rebound, quickly gets it out as it comes up to Brightly Harris in the front court. Comes to Chloe Coons, almost traveled trying to get control of the ball. As it comes back to Harris. Inside, Roberts can't control that pass, a little bit too much mustard on it. So it comes down to Smith, quickly up into the front court. Try to get it down low, too tall for Butler and out of bounds. 6:03 to play here in quarter number 4. As Preston trailing 44-21 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Brightly Harris back up into the front court. Goes over to Kuntz. Whip it back out top. Harris onto the right side. It comes to Chloe Kuntz. Now Emma in the right corner. Back outside to Chloe. Try to lob it inside to Roberts. As too tall, knocked away and taken away as it comes back to Smith. Back up into the front court. Smith gives it back to Evans. Evans back out top as it comes back to Butler. Drives in. 12-foot jumpers. No good. Liz Harris has the rebound. To Brightly Harris. Her outlet pass is a little wild and out of bounds. Pass was just a little bit too far ahead of Jadely Roberts. She couldn't quite get to it. Tonight's game brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Preston wants a timeout. We'll take one here as well. As this timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, remember you can update your look at Magnolia Road. You'll find them in downtown Preston. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa J's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa J's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa J's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa J's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
(44-21), Preston trails. 5:25 remaining here in quarter number 4. As ball will belong to the Diamondbacks with 5:25 to play. Addie Butler to bring it in from right in front of the scorer's table. Gets it in with no pressures. It comes into Evans in the backcourt. Back to Osborne, back onto the floor. Back to Smith. Now back to Butler again, top of the key. Osborne on the angle left. Back out top to Butler. Back to Osborne again. Back to Butler. Let it inside at the right elbow as it comes to Smith. Osborne comes to get the pass, top of the key. On the left side it goes to Evans. Down on the left block. Smith turn around, little flip shot. That's no good. As the rebound is off to the Indians, here comes Harris up into the front court, and she's fouled. So the foul's going to go against Libby Evans. That's going to be her third, and it's the 7th against the Diamondbacks in the half, and that's going to be free throws now for the Indians. So Brightly Harris will go back to the free throw line. Brightly, 5 points tonight. First one is good as she makes the front end of the 1-and-1. It gives her 6 on the night. And tonight's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by to find out how much money you can save at Naylor Insurance, 223 North State Street in Preston. Macy Knapp comes into the game for the second time. She played briefly in the first half. Liz Harris will come to the bench as Brightly will go back to the free throw line. 22-point lead here for the Diamondbacks. Under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Brightly's second free throw is good again. So Brightly was 7. Remember, she has had as many as 13 in a game twice this year. On the left side, Latin holds it there to Butler. Down low on the left block. They try to get it down low to Turleson, who dropped it out of bounds. So turnover. Ball comes back to the Indians. Emma up into the front court. Comes to Brightly Harris on the angle right. Back across the top of the key. Emma has it over on the left side. Now back to Brightly on the right angle. Back over to Emma. Free throw line extended left. Can't get a shot. In fact, it was almost stolen away there by Latin. Comes back again. Look out. That's through the hands of somebody. I'm not sure who it is. We don't have a number for that player. Obviously just brought up for the district tournament from the JV squad. So here's Butler with it, back for the Diamondbacks again. Bounce it inside to Smith. Bounces through her hands. That'll be a held ball there, and it's going to come back to Preston. So Butler had it bounce through her hands, and Liz Harris able to tie it up quickly. And then Emma and Addie Butler enjoy a little laugh as the ball comes into Emma Kuntz into the front court. On the angle right, it comes back to Harris. Brightly back across the top of the key. Over on the left side, it comes back to Emma Kuntz. Emma wants to drive. She gets cut off, gives it back to Harris. Bounce it down into the right corner, and it's knocked away there by Davis and out of bounds. We go under 4 minutes to play. 3:55 left here in quarter number 4. 44-23 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Preston trails. Harris gives it back over. Comes back to Emma Kuntz. Now Emma gets it back in the right corner as comes back on the angle right. Back out top. Back again to Brightly Harris. She holds it there. The pass is too tall. Tried to get it into Roberts. Roberts says it was touched by Turleson. And then the referees say, nope, it may have been touched by Turleson, but it went off your hands as well. So the ball will come back to Century as Brinley Alder will come back into the game. Tonight's game brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today to find out how they can do one for you at 208-852-5700. Then on the right block, the ball goes there, and can't get a shot. They'll bring it back out to Latin. Back to Smith. Back to Turleson at the free throw line. Lost control of it, so she has to go get it back outside again. Now it comes back over to Evans on the right side. On the angle left, back to Smith. Left corner, Evans looks at a three. No good. Long bounce comes off, taken there by Alder. Defenders are back, so she'll slow the ball up. Tries to get it up top to Roberts. As Preston's gone away from throwing so many bounce passes to trying to throw the ball high, but the passes are just a touch too high to where they can't hardly get to them. As Jadley Roberts will come out of the game with just under 3 minutes to play now in regulation. As the ball comes back into Emma Kuntz. As it's Macy Knapp back into the game for the Indians. Alder on the right side. Back to Emma Kuntz. Comes around the screen. Three-pointer from straight away. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Good rebound down low by Nelson. She's fouled, trying to go back up. So Ellie's going to go back to the free throw line to try a couple of more, as the foul is going to go against Taylor Smith, and that's going to be her first, but the team's 8th against Century. 2:41 to play. Nelson back to the free throw line. She's had pretty good success from there so far tonight, and the first one is good. Ellie was 6 in the game. That matches what she had in the last game against Century here last week. Her season high was in the game against Soda Springs up at Soda, the second game meeting of the year between the two teams, where she had a dozen. Second free throw is short, pulled down by Butler. She gives it back to Smith, back up in the front court. Back down low as they try to get it to Marshall. She can't get it and goes out of bounds. Liz Harris, Chloe Kuntz, and Jadley Roberts all back into the game here for the Indians, as it will be Brinley Alder coming off. Macy Knapp comes off as well. And Emma Kuntz is going to come off as she comes hustling back over. Nope, it's not going to be Emma. It's going to be Nelson to come off. So basically, they have 4 of the 5 seniors on the floor. Of course, the 5th not eligible to play. That's Reese Swainston, who's out the year with the knee injury. Preston has it up into the front court. Emma Kuntz gets it down low as it comes to Liz Harris. Liz gets tangled up there with Peyton Latin and will travel. So a turnover for the Indians, trailing by 20 with 2:15 to play in regulation. Butler, top of the key, get it to Smith. Back outside, it comes back to Latin, tries a three. It's an air ball. They try to save it on the floor. They do, but it's poked away there by the Indians and goes back out of bounds. So that's going to stay with Century in the right corner with 2:04 to play here in the fourth quarter. 44-24, Century by 20 here in the fourth on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Evans on the right side. Butler, top of the key. Back over to the left corner. There's Marshall. Give it back to Smith. 17-foot jumper is good again. Taylor Smith with 14. She averages 13 and a half in each game against the Preston Indians this year. And has just over that now in the game. 46-24, they lead by 22, they being Century. As it comes back to Emma Kuntz. Emma back over on the right side, little runner in the lane, comes back to Jaylee Roberts. Her jumper from the baseline is no good. As up into the front court, we got a timeout called by Century. So Century wants a timeout. They got a whole bunch of players they want to get onto the floor. 30-second timeout called by the Diamondbacks. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll be back right after this. North Stars Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
107 to play as both teams come on with all their underclassmen as this game well in the books, 46-24. And a three-pointer put up and to the line. The foul's going to go on Kendall Osborne. That'll be her first. And it'll be Brindley Alder to go to the free throw line. So on the floor here for the Indians, Taylor Wakely. Also Ella Marlowe on the floor, as is Macy Knapp, Sophia Covert, and of course Alder at the free throw line. And the first free throw is no good. Addie Marshall back onto the floor now for Century here as well. Here's Alder's second free throw. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Rebound down low. Nice rebound there by Covert, but can't get the putback to go down. As here comes Osborne back up into the front court. 50 seconds to play. They hold it there in the corner. Sophia Hall into the game for the first time. Comes back out top to Njoku. Njoku throws it down into the right corner there as Osborne able to pick it up. Back to Njoku at the right elbow. It goes to Julia Corona. She turns around and hits the 15-footer. 48-24. Here's Taylor Wakely. Gives it back to Marlowe, top of the key with 20 seconds left in the game. Marlowe holds it there. She'll give it back to Alder. Little runner in the lane off the glass and in. Brindley Alder hits that shot. 9 seconds left. 48-26 and a foul in the backcourt. Called against Alder. So 48-26 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard with 7.5 seconds left here in regulation. They'll get it in. They don't have to shoot. They don't even have to do anything with the ball for that matter. As it comes to Osborne, she dribbles around a couple of players, gets the shot off. There's the horn as this game is in the books. As for the Preston Indians, sadly, their season comes to an end, even though they've played much better over the last few games. But their season comes to an end. Final score here tonight, it's Century 48, Preston 26 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. We invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction postgame show is coming right up. Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meat and produce in town. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, with all the parts you need for your car to keep it running strong. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tires, stop in and see the tire experts on Main Street in North Logan. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial, when planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. Level 10 Life, reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Now stay tuned for the Rouse Construction postgame show, coming up next.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
The Preston boys will close out another regular season on Wednesday night when they go to the Snake Pit to face the Century Diamondbacks. It's been another great year for the Indians, and they'll look to wrap it up in style. The Crumble Cookie pregame show gets started just after 7 p.m. with a tip-off at 7:30. Preston Sports are brought to you by the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, Franklin County Medical Center, S&T Electric, and Procon Homes. Catch the action live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com, your home for Preston Sports.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Well, welcome back here to the postgame show as the Preston Indians fall tonight to the Century Diamondbacks 48-26. They lose all 4 games this year head-to-head against Century. And for the Lady Indians, their season comes to an end with their record overall this year at 2-19 on the season. So it's a tough season for the Indians, a growing season. But as the season went on, they got a little bit better. And fortunately, they come up short tonight against Century for the 4th time this year. 48-26, the final. Lady Diamondbacks now will move on and play for a spot in the state tournament against Pocatello. They'll meet Thursday night over at Pocatello High School, and if Century wins that game, they'll play Saturday back here at the Snake Pit, if needed, for Game 5 of the district tournament. But for the Indians, well, sadly, their season comes to an end here tonight with that difficult loss, 48-26. We'll take a timeout here on the Rouse Construction postgame show. We'll come back. We'll look at the stats from tonight's game as we continue on the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. This is the Ralph's Construction postgame show. We'll be right back. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, let's look at the final stats from tonight's game, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today, or stop by and see them at 33 South 1st East in Preston. For the Lady Indians tonight, on the score sheet for them, Brightly Harris, another good game. She finished with 7 points. Bridley Alder had 3, 12 points in the last game of her high school career for Emma Kuntz tonight. Ellie Nelson finished the game with 6. For the Century Diamondbacks tonight, Libby Evans finished with 5. It was 10 points in the game for Addie Butler. Kendall Osborne finished with 5. 5 points also for Peyton Latin. Taylor Smith led all scorers in the game as she finished with 14 tonight. Regan Turleson had 6 and 2 points for Julia Corona. Final score, Century wins at 48-26. We'll come back with some final thoughts right after this.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837. Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, for the Preston Lady Indians, unfortunately, their season comes to an end with a loss here tonight as they finish the year 2-19 overall. Preston boys, however, still playing. In fact, they'll be back here at the Snake Pit here tomorrow night to play their final game of the regular season coming up here tomorrow. And we'll have it for you here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com, starting with the pregame show just after 7 o'clock and tip-off tomorrow night at 7:30 as the boys take on the Century Diamondbacks here tomorrow evening. Until then, that'll wrap up our broadcast. The executive producer of Preston Indian Sports here on KACH is Val Cook. Our associate producer is Cody Olson. Special thanks to John Beverly back in the studio. And thanks for everything he has done all basketball and all year long as well, as he has been our studio coordinator this evening. Until tomorrow, from here at Century, I'm Dan Hubbard saying a very pleasant good night to you. This has been a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Until tomorrow night, good night, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.